But what's your overall view about what's playing out in the party at this time?
Well, I think it's maybe predictable surprise, or not even a surprise. I mean, look, this party, ADC, is, if you like, a gathering of diverse politicians. But primarily, Nigerian politicians have a certain, sameness, okay? Monotony, they're just the same. They're looking for power. But even that monotony, that sameness, there's a lot of differences. So ADC, unlike APC, when APC came in 2015, they also had different people come from realms of ABGA, ACN, majorly CPC, and what they called new PDP. But the difference is that everybody there had one definition, the institutional politicians who wanted power first and primarily. The problem in ADC now is that you have what you call obedience. A group of known politicians before who, under radicalizing crisis of the Nigerian state, in 2023 band themselves together to advocate P2B as a proxy for a more structural, systematic transformation. And so they are coming into this alliance, if you like, with a vehemence, principled vehemence. You may not like their view, right, but principled meaning not good or bad, but essentially deriving from an idea, okay? So they're coming in with that to enter into an alliance where the normal language is deal making and transaction. So they are saying, will be or nothing. Basically saying, we are not here just for power, we have an agenda. Now, I think that it calls for leadership maturity of the ADC leaders to say, look, let's not pretend. Everybody in this coalition has a candidate they would like to have. So nothing wrong in any of them. I mean, talk about unity. Unity does not mean you can't support all the other aspirants. That's not politics. You're going to support the aspirants that you want to see win. But the party's leadership has to be neutral and generate trusts so that each of these elements find sufficient space and accommodation and legitimation in the ADC. So they should tweak their mindset from unity as unanimity, okay, all of us support all candidates, it's not going to happen, to structural accommodation where everybody commits to outcome, but everybody is free to drive their game. That's what I think is missing. So Bolaji's idea of hush down obedience or hush down articulate, whatever they are, so that we don't have people talking about one person or the other, that's not what we look at. But let's go from the US Democratic Party, when Obama was challenging the Clinton family. Clinton was institutional. Obama was driven by, I remember I was Harvard undergraduate, Obama came with some young boys, say he gave a great speech, they say we want change. The Democratic Party initially scorned them, but when the thing was too much, they accommodated them. In fact, Clinton was winning at a point, Obama became a phenomenon. The super delegates turned back and embraced that movement. So what I expect the ADC is in crisis because their leadership is not cognizant of the dynamics that have changed in politics. What happened to PDP again? These guys may not be good politicians, but they are passionate. They are different because they are not. Nobody's buying them. Nobody's funding them. I mean, some of them are not even in touch with Peter. I talked to some of the obedience from abroad. They said they've never spoken with their principal.
To what you said there.
Yeah.
They may not be politicians, but they are passionate.
Absolutely.
Now let's talk about that obedience factor. Obi's group, they're being accused of trying to take over the party and promoting Obi or nothing. Bolaji, of course, warns that is divisive. What do you make of the fact that they're trying to, well, according to him, take over the party, and they're saying black or white and no middle ground?
Absolutely. I think it should be troubling to Bolaji and others. Again, these guys can't take over the party. They don't even have, most of the officials in the party are not obedient. In fact, I can guess that maybe only 1%. Bolaji is not obedient, chairman is not obedient, secretary is not obedient, nobody's obedient there. So they can't even take over the party. I think the point is that the ADC would need to run on the momentum that obedience generates. And so they would like them to bracket of Obi and be ADC. This is the quagmire here now. This is the problem. Enter the room, drop your coat, your winter jacket, which is Obi, enter as ADC. But that is because they don't understand the nature of this group. That this is even a group that P2P is not even, unlike typical political groups.
It's very fluid and dynamic.
Because they're not even, Peter is not the creator of that group. That's the problem. So you see Tinubu's supporters, maybe he has helped them politically, put them in position, service, quote unquote, call meetings.
Okay, Obi did not particularly...
He didn't create the... That's the problem, is that this is a phenomenon that found Obi as his symbolism and vehicle. So if you think they will behave like typical politicians, they come to the room, drop off, look for deals, it's not going to happen. So it's to your advantage to say, okay, we have these strange guys who are powerful, who we need to win election. Get them in, but let them sign on, okay? So Obi or nothing, that's fine. But there's a process to elect the delegates. Keep your eye on the process. Keep your eye on the party structure. In fact, that Obi or nothing gingers, you see, these guys are used to tiptoeing politics, low energy politics. A crack deal at the back door, but these guys are coming with turbulence as politics. You know, rhetorical turbulence. They are coming with arguments. They are coming with declarations, Obi or nothing. That's not a threat, political, because you need that
they
energy.
Have a focus. That's supporting. They saw something, and you need the energy.
So you need the energy. As long as they're not breaching your rules, as long as they're going to follow your rules, if it will be a message, that's fine.
How do you harness that energy?
Exactly.
Harmonize it.
Yes.
For your success or to help your party. Now let's talk about the zoning. I mean, we're breaking down the disputes. Zoning disputes.
Yeah.
Obi wants presidential ticket zoned to the south.
In 2022, before 2023, Obi wanted zoning. That's partly why he left PDP. Okay, so nothing strange. Not just Obi. The PDP guys who are struggling to take their party have said they're going to do what? Zone.
South.
So the zoning argument is not anathema. It's a mainstream political discussion. Atiku's issue with the Gang of Five, or what do you call it? Group of Five.
Group of Five.
Group of Five.
Not
gang. Group of Five.
And the rest of that.
Exactly. It's centrally around zoning. Up to today, Minister Wike keeps saying that he couldn't have supported Atiku because it was a breach of South-North. So that's nothing strange. I mean, ADC leaders should not live in denial. That it doesn't mean that ultimately the party will zone or not.
Yeah.
But they have to entertain the fact that many Nigerians think that the right thing to do is zone. So stop blackmailing people who are asking for zoning. It's for the party, and if the party is not a franchise of one man, the party will sit together and say, look,